Our region's been enjoying the global spotlight the past few years. The Group of 20 Summit in 2009 generated news stories around the world about the region's economic, environmental, and quality of life transformation. So it's easy to forget that our economy has been globally connected since the French and English first went to war over the forks of the Ohio more than 250 years ago. Pittsburgh-based, by the way, the English won. Pittsburgh-based companies from Heinz to PPG have been global players for much of their history, and hundreds of local companies are foreign-owned, many of them British. And so it's within that context that Nick McInnes, the United Kingdom Trade and Investment Director and Deputy Consul-General, has turned up in our region. And Suzi Pegg is back with us as well. She's Vice President for International Business Development at the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, an affiliate of the Allegheny Conference, which co-produces this program. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, Nick, what brings you to town?
To increase business between the Pittsburgh region and the UK. The UK Trade Investment, my organisation, has responsibility for encouraging two-way trade and investment between the UK and the United States. And we've got, in fact, our largest overseas network here in the United States, reflecting the strength of that economic relationship. And it's very evident here in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania, the number of British companies that have presence here, and Pittsburgh companies that have got doing good business in the UK. And I'm here to try and strengthen those economic links between our two regions, because we think that there's real business to be done and there's real opportunities for increasing business.
Well, Nick talked about the amount of business existing. How much is there? How much back and forth is there, Suzi, right now?
Quite a bit right now. I mean, we're doing a lot of work together, both in trade and investment. Just for an example, some stats really, we have over 65 companies that have invested here from the UK, with over 250 operations and employing over 7,500 people. And we have quite a substantial number of companies, over 50, having at least 200 operations in the UK, so that's quite substantial. But we're going to further do that more with that bill. We're actually going to do some activities in the UK coming up this year. We're travelling with the Symphony to London later this year. I'm actually speaking at an event in Cambridge next month. That's in conjunction with UKTI. And also later this year, we're actually doing another event in London, which we were very successful at last year in September, again with UKTI in Victoria in London.
Is this an unusually high amount of activity compared to other regions in the United States that you're interested in?
The answer is yes. We've identified a number of cities, and Pittsburgh's very much at the top of this list, where we see there are particular opportunities, and we're going to be focusing more attention on Pittsburgh going forward. So my visit is part of that programme, and indeed at this present time there's a visiting delegation of sustainable technology companies from Northern Ireland at the present time, and we've got great plans for doing more activity with the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, the Allegheny Conference, and with the British American Business chapter that's here in Pittsburgh.
And you had a chance to meet with some business people while you were here in Pittsburgh?
Yes, I have. Obviously both and sort of lunches and dinners, but also individual companies, the Westinghouses, ATI, PPG, that already have existing presences in the UK. And we want to make sure that we can create the environment where they can grow their businesses in the UK.
So this is really a bilateral kind of a conversation. It's about investing there, but then also UK companies investing here?
Absolutely. It's very much about two-way trade investment, and that's why we're so delighted to have the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance as partners in this.
Are there particular synergies or areas where there's even a closer potential connection than in others, and the kinds of industries you work with, Suzi, and try to get interested?
Obviously we have got great manufacturing bases between the two countries, but the other synergies is the innovation. We have a lot of companies in the UK that want to collaborate with our universities, and vice versa. There's companies here that want to collaborate with the great universities that are in the UK. In fact, Cambridge University, who I'm going to be meeting with when I go over, are looking for collaborations with the universities such as CMU, and what else we can do together.
Absolutely. Innovation between our companies, And I think it's worth remembering one of our sort of priorities is supporting SMEs, the small and medium-sized companies, which have got some great technologies and show real potential, both here in Pittsburgh and from the UK, and supporting those companies develop their presences and help them in each other's markets.
Well, and those companies often are the ones who are the most tentative about going overseas or trying to export products or trying to develop these kinds of relationships. Can you help offer them a helping hand, I guess, to make it a little easier?
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of UKTI, my organisation, we're very much here to provide advice and support to companies, both in setting up in the UK and then running a business in the UK. I think it's fair to say that the UK has got a reputation for being one of the easiest countries in which to set up and operate a business, a good destination, a good location for companies that are venturing forth for the first time.
So if people want to find out more, is a website or someplace they can go to get plugged in?
Indeed, yes. I mean, again, one of the initiatives we're about to launch is a UK trade and investment website that is going to be specifically targeted at Pittsburgh. And that's going to be including details of my organisation. It would also have links to the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance's existing website and also that of the British American Business chapter. And we'll have our details, and please do get in contact. We want to help your businesses go global and grow with us in the UK.
Excellent. All right. Nick McInnes from the UKTI, Suzi Pegg from the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the relationship.
Thank you
very much.
And we'll be back in a minute with more of our region's business. Stay with us.